Well, thank you so much for taking some time tonight to hop on to our Keto 101 call. My name is Katie Rollins. I am an independent prover with the incredible company Pruvit. And I was asked to do our Keto 101 portion of tonight's educational call. Basically, what these calls are things that I have been coming to since before I was actually a promoter with Pruvit. Because when I came across this product, when it literally kind of randomly fell into my lap in early March, I was one of those people who had absolutely no idea what a ketone was or had any idea that, something that I was able to shake up and drink was going to literally change the trajectory of the future of my life, of the quality of my life, basically. I ended up getting some samples from someone that I found online, and I started drinking them, and I wanted to kind of understand a little bit more about what I actually had. So I was invited to one of these calls, and I remember getting off of that call and being like, I am so excited for this. I still don't actually think I understand what this is. And so that's normal. But now as an actual promoter with Pruvit, it's pretty cool and exciting to know that I can still have a pretty good understanding of this and not be completely certain. I don't need to know the whole ins and outs of science of this to understand that's freaking awesome stuff. And I'm really excited to be able to share some of this with you. So I was going to pretty much go into very quickly my background, where I ended up finding this product, how it came into my life. Oh, hey, Linda. Nice seeing you again, girl. Okay, so I'm going to make a very long story very short. Last year, a good friend of mine is a nutritionist, and I had been struggling with a multitude of different things that I felt like I should not be struggling with. I, at the time, was clean eating. I was exercising. I was, I personally, I was not one of those people that ate fast food or did a whole bunch of reckless eating body things. But for some reason, I was still heavier than I wanted to be. I felt like crap 6 out of 7 days a week. I never woke up feeling like, I was tackling the day. I felt like something was dragging me out of my bed every day. And so when I talked to my girlfriend about this last year, she had suggested to me that I do something called the keto diet. And I was like, cool, okay, some fad, let me look it up. And I looked it up, and it was just no carbs, no sugar, no glucose, no this. And I was just like, yeah, that's actually not really going to fit into my life. And so I did, I read it, and I was like, there's no way. And on top of it, this whole eat fat thing, we've all been kind of programmed to not understand that eating fat is a good thing. And, we all, especially some of us younger generation, maybe our parents have been living that low calorie diet food phase for our entire upbringing. So the whole idea of let's eat a bunch of fat, I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna, no. So fast forward now to earlier this year, and it was the same story talking to her. I still felt, uncomfortable. I was still bloated. I still felt real crappy. And, when we were talking about, she's like, what's funny is I thought about you not that long ago. She's like, I read in a journal or something in her nutritionist world that there was something that was available now. It's called an exogenous ketone. She's like, it's like that keto diet that I was talking to you about, but you just drink it. And when you drink it, your body's still going to go into ketosis. You're still going to get the benefits of that diet that you read about. And you're like, that's insane. And I'm like, okay. And in my brain, I was like, hey man, if I could just drink something that's going to make me feel better. And admittedly, I went into this for vanity reasons. I wanted to lose weight. I just want to not feel bloated and icky all the time. And that was how I felt. So she told me to look into it. She couldn't even remember the name of the company. It wasn't like I was led into a direction. I genuinely went on Google and I started searching, and I didn't even know the word exogenous. And I'm going to get into what that even means in a minute here. But so I kind of went down the rabbit hole on the internet and ended up finding the company was called Pruvit. I found that this stuff was called Keto OS. And I ended up doing a little searching on Facebook, and I found someone who had them. And for one, some of you might be on this call for the Prover 101 portion that's going to be coming in after because you're curious about that. I'm just going to let you know that whole mindset of why can't I find this was a pretty big deal. So when I ended up getting in touch with this girl, I ordered samples from her. I was getting 10 of them shipped to my house. And I was super excited. So then I started to really, really look into what this was. Cause I was one of those people yeah, if I could shake it and drink it and feel better, cool, I'm going to do it. And I didn't even do research about it at that point. But, you know, she invited me to a Keto 101 call, which I did go on. And by the time those packets showed up at my house, and I don't know how many of you have actually drank this yet, or you're thinking about drinking it. By the time they showed up at my house, like, I didn't know what journey I was about to embark on, but I was freaking excited about it. So, you know, there are different kind of, yeah, girl, there are different kind of responses when you first start drinking Keto OS. So I'm kind of going to touch in real quick about what this even is, why it was developed, and why when you drink it, you genuinely, like, something shifts in your body and what is actually happening. So now this stuff, these packets, these amazing, beautiful little packets, these are called exogenous ketones. You can access ketones endogenously. God, I think I just wiped my liquid liner. Sorry if I look crazy now. You can either you can get ketones into your system endogenously or exogenously. Endogenously means that you are nutritionally putting your body into ketosis, or even starvation. Ketosis is a very natural state that our body was literally designed to function in. Way back in the day, before, like, all of us humans were walking around and building plants that can, like, take a rice particle and a grain and turn it into something that we can eat, because it's not actually something that people have been eating, with the exception of the last 100 years. Except for cows who have, like, a 4-chamber stomach that's designed to actually take all that stuff and make it to where when you take it in, you're okay. I'll kind of touch on that in a minute. But until we all came along and just kind of messed up this whole, like, eating process and the way that we were fueling our bodies have been able to sustain themselves and keep themselves going far longer than we give it credit for one. So when we have ketones in our system, we're doing that endogenously. You are literally accessing your system. You are accessing your ability to use yourself, your fat cells. You're literally breaking your fat cells in half, and you're creating fuel, and you're running off of them. So when you do a very delicate formula, basically, of very high fats, a little bit of protein, and, like, that much, a little teensy bit of carbs or glucose or whatever, your system is running at a ketosis ketonic state. So endogenous ketosis is amazing. And you will feel, anyone who's done the keto diet and has successfully done it and gone into ketosis and stayed there, it is this euphoric bliss where you just feel your best self. And it's incredible. The thing about that is, though, that it is difficult to get in there and to stay there. And there are people who do this and they love it and they track everything that they're eating. But it sucks a little bit, because if you get that formula off and you kick yourself out of ketosis, it could take days, it could take weeks sometimes to get back into ketosis. So now when exogenous ketones were created, I'm going to give you just a little bit of a back history here, funded by the actual, I actually wrote it down, hold on. Working from a grant from the U.S. Department of Defense and the Office of Navy Research. I'm going to read you something straight from our resources too, by the way, because any of you who are talking with promoters understand that we have, like, legitimate things that are going to give you information too. It's not just us rattling off stuff for you. I'm going to read this to you. Working from a grant from the U.S. Department of Defense and the Office of Navy Research, we're researching a supplement offering the benefits of ketosis, because there are incredible benefits of ketosis, which I encourage all of you to Google. They were researching a supplement offering the benefits of ketosis that could be an alternative to anti-seizure medication that was often used by soldiers in extreme combat scenarios requiring peak mental acuity and athleticism. So basically what was happening is, imagine special forces, everyone's going deep, 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 deep in water. They're going through these extreme environments. They're going way up high. They're at crazy altitudes, and their bodies are responding to this, because your bodies will respond to these kinds of things. And these people that need to be able to, like, very, very quickly be able to function, have strong cognition, very sharp reaction times, they're not, because they have elements working against them. The seizure thing was a very real thing. And when this exogenous ketone was literally created at the University of South Florida to aid them, it was giving them all of the actual benefits that ketosis can give us, so they were able to perform and withstand extreme elements. So now this is awesome, and this is very, very cool stuff, and I love that they actually were the ones that were utilizing this. I mean, the powder in here has been utilized and taken for 10 freaking years. I think it's something like 10 years at this point. I don't have the exact date, but people have been running around drinking this. I like that it was funded by the military. I thought that was pretty cool. Fun little fact. So not until about 2 years ago, they worked on the formula. They got the licensing, and they owned the license for the patent, all that good stuff, whatever. But they ended up making it now, after all that time, able for like the yous and me's to go ahead and purchase this and get ketones in your system exogenously as well, and start getting the benefits off of something called a therapeutic ketone, because that's what this is. So when this came out, you know, for myself, I'm going to give myself as an example. Had I been able to actually get into ketosis on my own, Lord, I probably would have tried this a long time ago, but it wasn't something that I was ready to embark on, although I needed every single benefit that comes out of ketosis, out of ketones, out of exogenous ketones. So I'm going to rattle off a couple of them, because this is absolutely what to expect when you do take them. You have a variety. You can expect mental clarity, reduced brain fog, way more natural focused energy. This whole mental clarity thing, I'm going to give you a comparison, because this is exactly what it feels like. If you were just watching a television that you've had for 10 years, and this was like before HD and all that, and you've just been watching it every day, day in and day out, and then you went to work and you came home and someone replaced that television with like one of the newest models, the HD, where, you know, everything is crisp. You can see every little drop on every leaf on that still shot on the TV. And it's like you just come home and you turn that TV on. That is legitimately how it feels when you start drinking ketones. I started drinking this, and it was like my eyes kind of just like my brain just fired. It was the craziest thing. And, you know, when I started taking it, I personally had, you know, I had a whole multitude of issues and things that I needed to take it for that I didn't even realize I needed to take it for. So where I went into this for vanity reasons, I'm like, I want to lose weight. Like, hell, I just want to lose weight. And I'm going to tell you flat out, this is not a weight loss supplement. This is not a weight loss supplement. On our, even everything, the benefits that are listed, which I left some of them out already, you're going to get better sleep. You're going to get better skin. You're going to have more energy. Fat burn is one of them. Absolutely. Weight loss is a natural side effect to ketosis. You are drinking this and you're putting your body into ketosis. This is a natural side effect of it if weight loss is needed. Okay. And this isn't the kind of thing where you're going to drink this and then you're going to wake up and like 10 pounds have fallen off your body and you're like, oh my God. Granted, you're probably seeing a lot of pictures where it looks like these incredible transformations. I was one of them, and I'm going to tell you my story behind that picture. I drank these ketones, guys, and by day 5, I had all of those awesome benefits in my brain and my energy, and I was like rocking out at work. I wasn't having anxiety like I used to, which was a huge deal for me. But when you're putting your system in, when you're keto adapting, when you're literally putting your cells into this state of shifting from running off of glucose, which is the way that we've been running, we have not been running off of ketones. We've been running straight off of glucose, which is just the foods that you're putting into your body and the sugars and the glucose that comes from that. When you're shifting over to ketones, like it's a little bit of a science experiment for a hot second for your cells. And for me personally, by day 5, I woke up and I was messaging this girl, Christina, like, listen, I don't know what the deal is with this, but I am so bloated and I am not into this. Like, I love how I feel in my brain and my energy, but like something's got to give here. And she's like, you need to trust me on this. Continue drinking it. Get a dissolvable electrolyte. Drink more water. You know, if you need magnesium, get some magnesium. You know, if you need, if you're like backed up, eat fiber, like do all these things, but continue drinking it. And I was like, okay, I'm going to continue drinking this because I bought these things and I trust you. Day 6, I woke up and it was, this is a thing. Look this up. Google fat whoosh or keto diet fat whoosh. Like my cells finally gave up and they didn't expect I was just going to go back to like glucose mode, I guess. And it was just like everything, all the bloat that I had, all of that inflammation that I had been walking around with even before I started drinking this. And then that little bit during my adaptation, it was gone. And I just woke up and I was like, what is happening? And that's where my transformation picture came from. It was legitimately like that. I went to bed one way and I woke up the next way. I am going to tell you right now, if you're into this for weight loss, physical weight loss, I'm going to encourage you to put your scale away and not step on it at all, because that thing is insane. There are days when I would step on it in the morning and then I'd be 7 pounds heavier in the evening, but I was smaller and I could see it. And I don't understand why, and I don't need to understand why. I just need to understand that there are ridiculous benefits with ketones. And if I let my head get in the way with this whole scale, you know, there's no point in doing this. So the benefits that I was experiencing from drinking it every single day, and continued, by the way, I have not drank this one single day since I started drinking this in March. Not one single day. You know, I am still going to encourage you to move your body. You don't need to start doing CrossFit. I am going to encourage you to still eat towards the keto diet, but I'm not in this place where I'm just like, I need to go full keto, guys. Like I'm drinking these ketones and I'm going to just go like all the avocado and salmon and I don't touch anything else. I was in New York this weekend. I ate some damn cheesecake. Like, you're in New York, you're going to do these things. I am going to tell you though, what's funny is after you are drinking ketones for so long, you stop craving carbs. Like, that's an actual thing. And one of my favorite things in the absolute world is like a bowl of soup and a bread bowl. Like, that's always been like a hug from the inside for me. Like, that is my favorite thing. There's not even a part of me that's just like, give me bread. I don't even think about it anymore. And I used to eat carbs 3 times a day. When your body is no longer running off, I know I do love avocado and salmon still, Karen. I'm just saying I'm not like tattooing them on my body because I'm in keto now. But, you know, if I was eating carbs 3 times a day, but what happens is after your body has now it's utilizing ketones. Now it's utilizing its native fuel source. It's not going to this glucose anymore because the glucose is just like a cheap, fast burn for it. You know, a lot of you can probably attest to that. Like if you're working, especially as perfect example, I used to do this. I would go to lunch with my coworkers and then I would, you know, eat whatever. I'd eat like something that was like a big brown rice and all this stuff. And I would just be like, oh my God, this is so good. And it's healthy. It's brown rice and it's got like a big pile of protein on it and brown rice. And then I get back to my desk. And then like by like 2 o'clock, I felt like I was drugged because I was so tired. That was my personal experience. And what's happening is that glucose, that awesome, like, yeah, you're good from the rice and from the glucose in there. When that burns off, like you're just sitting there like, and you got nothing to counteract that. So you're kind of running this like endless cycle of taking in glucose and running off of that and then until the next. Ketones, when you put ketones in your system, now if you're drinking endogenous ketones too, and this is the cool thing about it, if you have endogenous ketones in your system and you still eat something, if you still eat carbs, guys, like you're not like kicking those ketones out of there and carbs are like, I got this now. Your body is still going to take those ketones and they're going to use those. The glucose is going to be here, guys. And this is the thing about exogenous ketones. When you drink these, you're going to go into ketosis within 59 minutes. And then you're going to stay in there from, I believe it's 3 to 6 hours. The closer that you stay into a keto fat burn, it's the closer you do tend to eat towards ketosis. And the reason is just imagine like you've got these like awesome ketones that your body is metabolizing when you're running, but then you've got like all the glucose just sitting next to it like, come on. So my head, being that I'm not craving them as much anymore, I have found that the less carbs or glucose I eat, the better I'm feeling now. But don't misunderstand, because you don't need to go full-blown keto the second you start drinking this. And I almost encourage you not to, because it's pretty incredible just the differences that you're going to feel right away when you start drinking this. And then take note. Start noticing how you're not mindlessly craving carbs like you used to. It was magical to me. So let me see here. I think I kind of covered my story and a little bit of like where these things came from. So I am going to, oh my God, Kate, you're magical. Quit. Okay, so let me go over here what we have. And I am going to kind of breeze through it because really I drink them all. I think that they are all created equally amazing in my eyes. Like I don't have a preference. If I have ketones here, ketones are what I'm drinking and it doesn't matter. But for me, this is the first formula. This is our Orange Dream. This tastes like an orange creamsicle. And for any of those of you who got this or got the chocolates for, I'm going to give you a hint for these 2 flavors as well. That's going to take it like next level amazing. But the Orange Dream, this is their original formula. This is still their most popular formula. It is the one that they sell the most of. It doesn't matter how like bomb these packages are, they're selling the most of the Orange Dream. This one has the MCT powder in it, and excuse me, the MCT powder, the reason that I loved when I started drinking this, MCT powders, and it's not that it's an appetite suppressant. It slows your digestion. You get that satiation factor. I would drink this in the morning. I would wake up, I'd drink some water. I would drink some coffee. Maybe I would do like a fat coffee. I'd put keto cream in it if I had it. I miss it. It's coming back soon. But, and then I would drink this. And what I was doing actually is because, so I'm like a big baby when it comes to like drinking things. I'll still drink it, but I'm just like, sometimes about flavors. So this one, you're going to find with ketones that they taste amazing. You might taste a weird, like almost a bitter part to it. And the reason that you are tasting that is because when you're in a state of ketosis, your body will release salt, and salt is incredibly important for our balance. So Keto OS, exogenous ketones, got you on that. They added a bit of sodium to offset what you will lose. But because of that, if like myself, when I first started drinking, I'm like, what is that? So I am also like a master of making a shake out of everything. I can make a shake out of anything. So what I did was I took this and I blended this formula as well as I did with the chocolate swirl with almond milk, ice, and peanut butter. I put natural peanut butter in there, and that sweet from the natural peanut butter would kind of offset any taste to me that I wasn't like all about. And it is freaking magical. And so when you drink the orange stream, you are good. Like you are good. I mean, I am not one of those people, trust me, my entire life has revolved around my next meal when it's coming. And I would be sitting at my desk and it would be 1 o'clock and I didn't even think about eating. And to me, that was like the first teller that was like, I'm touching something different right now. And like, I still didn't even understand what this was. But the satiation factor that you get out of MCT is amazing. Now, if you are someone that has like very sensitive stomach, or, you know, you're just not, like MCT is amazing. I'm a tank. I can drink anything. I'm not worried about it. There's some people who do not operate that way. And this, you can get some stomach grumbles. So I always suggest drinking half a packet of this to begin with, just when you're starting off. But if you already know maybe that's not going to be your life because of stomach, you're going to want to, I just threw my packet. You're going to want to try the chocolate swirl. This one has gut health added to it. They eliminated the MCT from this. This one tastes like a Tootsie Roll. It's freaking awesome. And a little tip for you, exact same thing. I'm telling you, you blend this with almond milk, ice, and some natural peanut butter, and like get ready, because it's legitimately milkshake mode for breakfast. And same exact thing, you are going to feel full. You're going to find that you're not craving any, and you know, you're just not mindlessly craving snacks. You are not just reaching for food. You get focused energy. It's awesome. I like starting my day with ketones. I drink them midday sometimes. I will drink these before bed. We offer caffeine free too. When I drink these before bed, literally, I just imagine like my brain just shifting into like just complete utilization mode while I'm sleeping. This sounds insane, but you'll start seeing when you start drinking ketones as well. Like when I go to bed at night, and this is something I didn't even think I needed or like ever actually thought about. When I go to sleep now, I wake up in the morning exactly where I fell asleep. I don't know, Sylvia, if you can attest to that or not, but I sleep like a rock. And there's no like talk, like I used to sleep so bad. I used to wake up feeling like someone beat me up while I was sleeping because I was so exhausted and like things would hurt. And now I'm just like, I'm out and I wake up in the morning, and ketones in your system will do this. You will sleep better than you've ever slept. So then, the next formula is our Max formula. I don't have the Maui sitting in front of me. I have our sexy new raspberry lemonade formula with, recipe, help my brain, flavor, which is not actually released for customers yet. In the smaller boxes, we have it in a Max variety pack right now in one of our promoter packs. But the Max formula, this was created, and this is super cool because the Max formula, like when I saw that, I'm like, whoa, I don't know if I'm like ready to commit to this, because at like Max, like what's about to happen? You're not about to start like chewing on a tire. You have so much energy when you drink this. What this means actually is because over the years, over the time or the months, I guess, actually of development of these different formulas, you know, we got into that whole like athleticism world. We got into CrossFit land. We got into, people were starting to drink in this. There's no more pre-workouts for people. People are drinking Max, because when you drink this, you're like ready to roll, and it's not that like feeling like my skin's tingling and I don't like it pre-workout feeling. This is like, I'm going to move all the furniture in my house right now and no one's going to stop me. That's how I feel when I drink this. And it's like so focused and so good. The max formula is more bioavailable. And what that means is your body, you could be someone that sits on your butt all day long working and drink max. You could be someone that is literally climbing up and down flights of stairs all day long. Your body is going to hold on to the ketones. It's not going to metabolize right away. It's just a more bioavailable formula for your body to take in. Still the same blend of ketones as the other ones. It's incredible. The Maui Max, we have Swiss cacao. I can't say that word. It's too many vowels. Swiss cocoa, I call it, which tastes like hot chocolate. We have raspberry lemonade, which is the new flavor, which is freaking delicious. If you want to just like live on the edge, mix both of these together. It is amazing, like straight up amazing. I mean, if you want to half packet it, that's fine. I'm personally like, I'm a double ketone person at this point. Like that's my life. It's my best self and I freaking love it. And I don't even know if you guys are aware of this as customers or potential customers. We have a bomb referral program. I have not had to pay for a ketone since I started drinking ketones, because when you start drinking ketones and you're talking about ketones a lot, people want to be all up in this with you. And you get a referral code when you check out as a customer using their Smart Chip program. So now you have a referral code. Your sister's all about this because she wants to feel the way that you feel. Your sister and her friend order ketones from you, and then you start earning credit towards free product too. So like if you want to be drinking 2 a day and you're like, maybe, you know, you just bought your box, you're like, well, I just had 1 box and I don't want to blow through it. Start talking about ketones and get people interested in ketones, and then you're going to start drinking ketones for free. And you can slam 2 a day too and feel this amazing. I got 4 minutes left, and I think I just totally spilled my personal experience on you guys, and this isn't like an exaggeration. It feels like this every single day. Like I was talking about this on Monday morning, trying to explain this because it's a hard thing to put into words. I feel like I was always supposed to feel, and I just didn't know that this was actually the way it was supposed to be. You know, my own personal background with this, I had a lot of anxiety. I had a lot of stress. I was in a place where I had a lot of reasons to really, really struggle day to day in my head. And ketones came in, like, I don't know why it was placed in front of me when it did, but it came into my life at the time I needed it the most. And it has absolutely touched every single area of my life that needed improvement. And it has made me feel the way that I feel like human beings are supposed to feel. So, you know, if you have not tried these yet, whoever invited you onto this call, you need to ask them, get a 5-day, get a 10-day, do whatever you need to do, but you need to try these and get this experience for yourself. I have about 3 minutes left before the new prover. If anyone has any questions, you could put them in the chat. Can you be with your company and still sell? Oh, you sure can, Linda. Rock those oils. Yes, you can absolutely still, you can become a promoter, which Sylvia is going to talk about with our company. And you're absolutely able to still, you know, promote or brand ambassador, whatever else you want to do, as long as it's okay with your company. Just make sure, I don't know what level or rank you are or anything like that. Those are where the stipulations would occur. Oh my God, Rebecca. I don't know what cream surprise means, but if that means that you're mailing me cream, girl. We have that fat coffee I was talking about is a keto cream, and it is incredible. And they're reworking the formula right now, so they had to take it off of the website. And like Chuck and I literally like had that eye-to-eye moment the other day when there was 1 packet left. I'm like, sorry, bro. Like, it's not yours, it's mine. Yes, my son takes it. He drinks half a packet of Max every day. I give him the uncaffeinated version just because he's a 6-year-old boy and he doesn't need any more caffeine. And this is another thing that we can like sit at my table and have dinner now without him running around like a maniac. And I don't know if that's a thing that you guys ever dealt with, but he would be all over the place, like literally all over the place. And he drinks ketones. He loves them. And just for myself personally, I've noticed behavioral stuff has completely mellowed out, and it's amazing. Okay, here we go. Thanks, Amanda. Anyone else? I mean, we've got a minute. I feel like if you guys have any questions, ask whoever invited you to this. You can always message me. My name's Katie Rollins. I'm on Facebook. Yeah. Keto 101.